Amen. What it is, this is Deem, and I am your host, and this is By Any Means. There go to Cash App. Show your boy some love. There go to PayPal at Deem by any means. Y'all see that heart with the dollar sign? Well, that's the super chat. You can press that at any time your heart desires. Please say it with me, y'all. I don't care if you leave $1, $10, $1,000. It is much, much, much appreciated, y'all. But you can hit that like button and you can subscribe for free. Show your boys some love. The Terence Crawford delusion has officially gotten all the way out of pocket. Terence Crawford is really out of his mind. Um, they asked Terence Crawford about, Shakur and Gervonta again for the 100th time. Keep asking the man the same questions. And Terence Crawford sit up there and say that, oh, I think it'd be dope. I think it'd be a big fight. If Gervonta Davis able to put his pride aside to be on a Terence Crawford undercard. Like Terence Crawford, I don't know if he trolling or he dead serious. But because if he trolling, it's hilarious. But if he's dead serious, which I think he is, the delusion has gotten to an all-time level that I don't think that he could come back from. Terence, let me talk to you, my guy. I'm a Terence Crawford fan. I tell y'all that all the time. It's just I don't like the stuff he does outside of the ring, like this. Like, because then I got to call it out. I can roll with it and act like, but that would only matter if I really didn't like Gervonta Davis. But I like Gervonta Davis as well. So I gotta keep it a stack. Terrence, it's over, my guy. Chalk it up, homie. My guy, you at the end of the ropes, bro. We don't know if you're retiring, if you're staying at 154. First, you wanted to be undisputed at 154. Now you're saying you'll come back, to be undisputed. You don't know what you're doing, my guy. You fight once a year. Why would just tell me why Gervonta Davis would do that? Why would him and Shakur Stevenson need to be on y'all undercard? I just want to ask that question. In what shape, fashion, form would that even make sense for Shakur? Steve, why forget Gervonta? Let's talk about your little homie. Why would you want that for your little homie? You want to know why, y'all? Because he knows Shakur Stevenson is on guarantees. He knows Shakur Stevenson does business the way he does business, so it doesn't really matter if he the undercard, co-main. That's why Shakur Stevenson has no problem being the co-main and things like that. He has no problem doing it, and it's because they get their purse based off of guarantees. But as we know, that still wouldn't make sense for Shakur Stevenson because Shakur Stevenson is going to get his guarantee anyway when he fights Gervonta Davis and get back in. Why would you want that for your little homie? It's because you think you're bigger than your little homie. You think nothing Shakur Stevenson does. See, listen, y'all, you gotta watch out for people who claim they got your best interest. Because I know for a fact that Terence Crawford knows, like I know, that would not only not be best for Gervonta Davis, that would not be best for his little homie Shakur Stevenson. I know he knows that. Ask me how I know he knows that. Because he's been on pay-per-view. It's the whole reason he wants to fight Canelo-Alvarez. That's at the front of his mind. I could sit up there and act like it's at the back of his mind, but it's not. It's at Terence Crawford. It's at the front of Terence Crawford's mind. That's why he don't mind going up 2-3 weight classes to try to go get this bag. So I got to ask you, Terence, why do you think it's okay for you to go get your biggest fight, go get the residuals and the rewards and the whole shebang, but you wouldn't want that for Shakur Stevenson? What you could have said is, I think it'd be very dope, but at the end of the day, that's a big enough fight where that hold on his own, and I think my little homie Shakur Stevenson deserves that shot and is one of the best fighters in boxing and would deserve, to have his own stage. That's what you could have said, but you ain't say it because you wanted to take a shot at Gervonta Davis. But when you did that, what it really showed is really how delusional you are. Because my guy, last time I checked, it's not your undercard, Terence. It's like Lamar Roach telling somebody that they are on his undercard. Is it technically true? Yeah, technically. But they ain't coming to see you, Otis. Your last pay-per-view flop. We know for a fact that if this fight does well, it's not because of you. It ain't nothing Canelo Alvarez ain't been doing. Canelo Alvarez does that against Tommy Mangia. Like, it ain't nothing he ain't been doing. Will your popularity and your accolades and the spectacle, because you're coming up all of these weight classes and things like that, will that boost the pay-per-views? Absolutely. But that goes for anybody that's a major B-side or a notable B-side fighter. You're not special in that way. Would Floyd Mayweather's get more money fighting Andre Berto or Manny Pacquiao? It don't change the fact that they in the same position, though. It don't change the like. But the thing is, you're not even Manny, because Manny didn't had a bunch of successful pay-per-views on his own. All of Floyd's biggest opposition has had multiple. They were stars on their own selling big pay-per-views. You're not that, Terrence. You're under that. You're not even that. You're not Della Hoya. You're not Manny Pacquiao. Not prestige-wise. Pay-per-views and all of that. You're not on his level when it comes to that. So at the end of the day, my guy, it is not even your undercard. So not only are you delusional that Gervontadavis, who is a bigger star than you, why would he be on the undercard when you've admitted that if you and him fought, you would be the B-side? Why would he be? Why would he be on your undercard? If anything, Terrence, it'd be in reverse. Because if you wasn't fighting, you name any fighter you can fight besides Canelo, and you and them was fighting, and Gervontadavis and Shakurstevenson was fighting, you would be the undercard, my guy. I hate to break that news to you. Gervontadavis versus Shakurstevenson versus Terence Crawford versus anybody else not named Canelo Alvarez, you would be the co-main, my guy. I hate to break it to you, bro. So you talking about a fight that'll be above anybody you could fight besides Canelo. That's what proves it's not even your undercard, my G. You're that delusional. Gervontadavis versus Shakurstevenson, Canelo Alvarez could be, if Canelo Alvarez was fighting William Skull, he would be the co-main, unfortunately, and he's the face of boxing. But it would not be the co-main if Shakurstevenson and Gervontadavis was fighting. I'm going to just be real with you, bro. Nobody would want to see Canelo Alvarez and William Skull last. The delusion has really set in for Terence Crawford. It's at an all-time high, man, and I blame his fans. I blame media. I definitely blame the media because y'all nut hugged the man so much since he's beat Errol Spence that he thinks he's Muhammad Ali, and he's not. He thinks that he's this guy that has fought all of these amazing fighters. Bro, your best 3 fights is Errol Spence, Sean Porter, and Kell Brook, my G. I hate to break it to you. You got one Hall of Famer on your resume. You got one official. Sean Porter could go. Kell Brook could go. Errol Spence, we know, is going. But besides that, my G, it ain't like, bro, you got to stop this, bro. You got to stop it. He might have another sprinkled in there that I can't really think of. But for the most part, my guy, that's your biggest 3 fights. Sean Porter, Errol Spence, and Kell Brook. In the order is Errol Spence, Sean Porter, then Kell Brook. In that order. Canelo will be your biggest fight now, but you'll have 4 major fights, and to be real, I'm just giving you credit for the Kell Brook. The Kell Brook fight wasn't this big major fight either. If you fight Jerron Ennis, that immediately jumped Sean Porter and Kell Brook. Immediately. Jerron, this is why people wanted you to fight Jerron, because Jerron Ennis right now, besides Canelo, because you're just doing that. You could have fought Jerron already. Jerron Ennis would have been your second biggest fight. And to be honest, I think it probably would have did just as well, if not more, than you and Errol Spence. No, I ain't going to say that. But it did very nicely on pay-per-view. So y'all be down in Jerron Ennis and be talking about why Bud gotta fight him and be talking all of this craziness. But the truth of the matter is, if he did fight Jerron Ennis, that'd be his second biggest fight he's ever had in his career. And what makes it even worse is you put Canelo on there, it'd be his third biggest fight he's ever had in his career. So the delusion has officially set in. It's like my guy. Like, are you serious? It's one of those "are you serious" moments. But y'all already know what this is, though, right? Dean by any means, and I holla at y'all.